Welcome to another episode of the Building Academy. In this video, we are going to answer a question that a subscriber sent us on TikTok, and they said, please, do you have genuine lands for sale? We are going to talk about genuine lands. We are going to talk about how to identify genuine lands, how to purchase land in Ghana, what to look out for, and more coming up next. Okay, so when it comes to purchasing lands in Ghana, typically at Africa Building Hub, we do not involve ourselves in land acquisition processes because land issues in Ghana are so many that we don't want to be a part of that mess. And you would also notice that we have interviewed just about 2 or 3 people on our channel who sell land, because before we even agree to interview anybody who sells land on our channel, we need to do our due diligence. We need to ask them for the land title certificate. We go to Lands Commission, we go and do our search and everything before we agree to go to the site, look at it for ourselves, and then film the interview and come and put it on our YouTube channels for people to consider buying. Even then, we always still advise people to ensure that they themselves do their own due diligence, because when it comes to land issues, there are over 100,000 cases pending in the law courts in Ghana. And in law, there's a term that is called caveat emptor. Now, caveat emptor means buyer beware. What does that mean? It means that you, the person who is going to purchase the land with your hard-earned money, is the one who needs to do your due diligence. Even if you go to court, caveat emptor applies. The court will say you are responsible. Now, my dad was a lawyer before he passed away. May his soul rest in peace. And when I set out to buy lands about close to 10 years ago, he told me this very same thing. He told me that if I don't do my background research before I go and purchase any land, I'm going to pay for it. Though I did it, I still suffered for it. And that's where we talk about today's topic, genuine lands in Ghana. Because a land can be genuine, but the fact that there are multiple people who have multiple interests in any portion of land at any particular time means that you need to do extra research before you purchase any land. Now, typically what I advise people to do is get a lawyer involved in any land acquisition process in Ghana. People will say, oh, lawyers are expensive. But then when issues arise, having a lawyer to cover your back is one of the most relaxing things that you can enjoy. So don't look at it from, oh, lawyers are expensive. Losing your hard-earned money is even worse. A whole Kennedy Japan, a showdown flag bearer aspirant of the NPP, lost land. Until today, he says he hasn't received his land back. And we've had countless number of people who have lost their lands, who thought they were working with legitimate people. Let me tell you about my own experience. I set out to purchase land. There was one at Abokobi, close to the municipal assembly, and then there was one at Kwabenya, close to Ashoman Estate, if like you know those areas in Accra. Now, the land at Kwabenya was a bit cheaper than the land at Abokobi. Right? It was just like 20,000 cedis cheaper. However, that time, a dollar was about 4 cedis. I paid close to $20,000 to $30,000 for that property. So that's like 80,000 to 120,000, including the whole period of doing the search and all that. This land was registered in the name of the people I purchased it from. In fact, the father of the family who sold the land to me had passed away, and he passed away without leaving a will. And so for them to be able to sell his estate or his land, they needed to go to court to get letters of administration, which give them the authority, the legal authority to sell the land. And in that process, you are going to get a letter come and be posted on the property. It was done for 30 days. Nobody came until I went to clear the land. If you haven't watched that video, I'm going to leave a link after this particular video, so make sure to stay to the end so that you watch all that in detail. But the long and short of it was that I lost that particular land. I haven't given up on it. I'll go back. But because of the litigation process and the time it takes to go to court to get your land and all that, I decided to move on to other projects and come back to that. So now the question is, how do you identify that land is genuine, especially for anybody who would be watching in the diaspora? I know that my audience on YouTube is about 95% diaspora, so I'm talking directly to you. And then on Instagram and TikTok, they are like 95% youthful people in Ghana and in the diaspora who want to build. I'm talking directly to you, my dear viewer. For you to start any negotiations, even on the amount, make sure that the person who wants to sell you the property has the legal right to sell you the property. What do I mean by this? 1, find out if the person has a land title certificate in their name. If they come to you and they say, oh, I have this document, but it's not a land title certificate, or it is a land title certificate, but it is not in the name of the person who wants to sell you the property, run away. You need to first be able to establish ownership. They come with their land title certificate and you check and it is in their name. How do you know that it is their name? In Ghana, what we use for identification is the Ghana card. Request for their Ghana card or their international passport and do your due diligence. Confirm that this person, the name of the person you are seeing, is the one on the Ghana card and is the one on the land title certificate. I've had so many people approach me on TikTok and Instagram. They want me to help them sell their lands, etc. And I ask them, do you have the land title certificate? They say no, they are selling it on behalf of their uncle. I say, does your uncle have the land title certificate? They say no, we've not registered the land. I say no, I can't come and sell any property to my cherished audience, people who have put their trust in me. I cannot come and advertise anything that's going to bring my integrity, my name, my reputation down the drain. Not at all. If you can prove ownership, then we can start a discussion. But if you can't, we can't. And that's the same thing you need to do. Treat everybody who wants to sell land to you. It doesn't matter where you find the land, whether you found it on a billboard or you found it on a signboard by the roadside or you found it online on any of the marketplaces. Treat the person coming to you like this person is out to scam you until the person proves otherwise. Definitely, there are people who might have genuine lands, but they haven't registered it because it was for the stew or for the family. Those ones are even dangerous when it's for a stew or a family, because you can purchase from this guy, but party B will come and say, it was for our father who died and left the land. We didn't know our brother was selling the land to you, and we didn't benefit from it. So we also need to have some money, and you end up paying double, triple, quadruple. I have a good friend who purchased land somewhere at Amasaman. And what happened was that at every point in time, different members of the family will come and see, it's my brother who sold it to you. He didn't consult us, so we haven't agreed. Then he will pay something to them, get some peace of mind. The next time, another different group. It kept on coming for so many times that he gave up completely on that land and went to purchase another land which was titled. And that moves us to titled lands. When you want to purchase land, ideally you should go for titled lands. A titled land means that the person has gone ahead to do the land title certificate. So anytime you see a land is titled, that's what it means. The person should be able to show you the document, which is the land title certificate, with their name. If it is a real estate company, it should be registered in their name. You should be able to see somebody who has the legal right on behalf of the real estate company to sell you that genuine land. Sometimes real estate companies can be working with people, they lay the people off, but because the people within the community were used to seeing the face of this particular individual, they still hold on to the fact that, oh, this guy works with this person. And sometimes the real estate companies too, they don't really go out and make it clear to the community that this person is no longer working with us. And some unscrupulous individuals, using their fame and popularity and the fact that people know they work with the real estate company, continue to sell lands even when their contract with the real estate companies have been terminated. And so you need to make sure that if anybody comes and says the land title certificate is in the name of Africa Building Hub, but pay into my account, my name is Kojo Mensah. Don't pay into Kojo Mensah's account. Ask that you want the account number of Africa Building Hub. And always make sure when you're making payments, you don't pay with cash. Make sure you have paper receipts, electronic receipts. Go to the bank, make payments, so that at any point, if there's a litigation, there's a police case, you have proof, you have documentation to back it. Else when you go to court, you don't have any proof that you've transacted with any such individual. I'm becoming passionate about this because I've had so many people coming to us reporting these same kind of issues. People sharing their experiences, how they lost lands, which again is genuine, or a real estate company, by virtue of the fact that they were working with them, they had copies of the land title certificate and they are parading on social media to be the owners of the land or representatives of the real estate company or marketers of the real estate company, and they collect the money and they disappear. And lands in Ghana nowadays are super expensive. Kwabenya, which is like 16 kilometers from the airport, I called a land for sale and it was selling for 400,000 Ghana cedis, which was just ridiculous to me. But somebody would want to go and buy that land because it is titled. So even with titled lands, you understand, you can make that mistake and lose your land. If you are finding value in this video, make sure to like it and subscribe if you haven't yet. Why haven't you subscribed? I don't understand why you haven't subscribed. We've spoken about two types of land. The land from the family and the stools. Some of them are registered, some of them no title. If they are not titled, make sure that the people go and register it before they transfer it to you to have your peace of mind. Having an indenture is not proof of ownership. Read my lips. Having an indenture is not proof of ownership. Having a site plan is not proof of ownership. What is proof of ownership is land title certificate. And even with a land title certificate, there could be litigation on it such that two different people will have the title. Whoever registered first, when they go to court, is the person that will be given the land if there's a litigation. Make sure that you do your due diligence. Getting a lawyer helps you avoid everything that I've said about litigation, because you can go into the law reports and search for that particular land area. They can go and do the search at Lands Commission. Usually they have contacts and connections, etc. Now, talking about Lands Commission, people, I don't know, sometimes are very lazy or they don't have any clue how to go about land search. So I want us to go to the Lands Commission site right now and see what they talk about when it comes to land search, land valuation, and all these things. Now, when you go to the Lands Commission's website, and we are doing a screen recording for you to see right now, it says they are showing the various services they offer and the rate. Lands Commission Survey and Mapping Division, preparation of plan for land certificate. Because if you don't have a site plan, you can't get the land title certificate. Then, even after you have done all your due diligence in terms of search, having the registered documents and all, before you start making payments, I see a lot of people making payments because people are giving them pressure. Hey, if you don't pay, somebody will come and buy the land. Tell let somebody buy the land. It is better for somebody to buy the land than for you to lose your hard-earned money. For me, that's what I believe in. Finally, don't make full payments for the land. Try and negotiate with the person selling you the land, the real estate company. Now you want to pay in installments. So maybe you want to pay 50%. You come and pour your sand, your stones, you come and start a foundation, whatever. That helps you to ensure that if there's anybody else that has interest in that same parcel of land, the person will come out. I'm telling you, you can be making your payments, going around the land, visiting and all that. Nobody will come out. The moment you say you are pouring your sand, your stones, or you are starting a wall or foundation, if anybody else has an interest, the person will appear like magic. So don't pay all the money. Pay something small that you can even afford to lose, and then come and pour your sand and stones to test to see if the person selling you the land is genuine or not. Once you do so, you will get to know. I hope these wisdom tips help you on your way to purchasing land. We did a dedicated video on my story where I lost land. So click on this video and I'll see you over there. Thanks, Bebre.